Now running, and did you turn that off and turn it on? Out of order.
Take two.
Take two. Wham bam, that one's done.
So if you ain't got nothing better to do, let's waste some time.
As we conclude our summer-long outdoor video review series, summer is winding down in the north, winter's coming, or at least fall is coming. Today we're looking at the out of order Automatico. I think they call it their 9K limited edition. This is the second time on the channel that I've reviewed a watch from out of order. I'm not a huge fan of this brand, and we'll get into that on this watch. I do think this watch has some positives. I think some people are going to like this watch, which is what's cool about watch collecting. You just need to know legitimately what the downsides are, and then everything else is a matter of personal taste. So let's dive into this watch. So you can see right off the bat the striking feature about this watch. It's the purple dial, the purple markers on the bezel, and that blackish, grayish, gunmetal, bluish type finishing. It actually is quite pleasing. And I think out of order, where they make it look aged, distressed, I think they do a decent job of it if that's something that's interesting to you. I know some watch collectors don't dig that, some do, but I think they do that pretty well, and this watch actually looks nice. From a spec standpoint, first off, the case. 316 stainless steel, 44 millimeter case, so it's a big watch. 51 lug to lug, that's also good sized. And it wears like a true 51 because the bracelet does articulate down. So 51 lug to lug is spot on in terms of its wrist presence. 14 millimeters thick, 22 millimeter on the lug width. You do have a signed crown with the OOO, and you have a display case back of the Miyota and made in Italy on the side. So the case, I think, it's a bigger watch, but again, I think the case is actually quite pleasing and good to look at. From a spec standpoint, 100 meters of water resistance, a flat sapphire crystal. You do have that magnifying. They do say there's anti-reflective coating, but I'll tell you, this is not an easy watch in the sun, so I'm not really sure how that reflective AR coating works or not. It's not impossible to read, it's just not as easy perhaps as you would like. You have C3 Superluminova, and the lume is okay. So many other micro brands do a much better job on the lume, both in terms of how long the lume lasts and just any sort of pleasing or blow me away aspects of the lume. This doesn't hit any of those, but it's decent and it's okay, it's functional. You do have a push pin bracelet, which for this price point, which we'll get to in a minute, is a little disappointing. And then you have a butterfly deploying clasp, which I neither like nor dislike. On this watch, it was just fine. And then you do have the branding, the OOO, and the out of order. So again, from an aesthetic point, I think they hit it. From a case size, it's a bigger watch. So if you're not into over 42 mil watches, this one's going to be tough. But it's also thick and a decent size on the 51 lug to lug. It does use the Miyota 9105, which is a popular movement in some micro brands, and I think it's certainly a step up from a Seiko NH35. Some can argue about how big of a leap it is. I do think it's a better movement than the NH35. So all around, good looking watch. I'll tell you, it's a very comfortable watch to wear. The bracelet is comfortable. There's not, rough or sharp edges, so the finishing is solid. The price on this watch on their website, now they're sold out, but you can see these floating around on eBay. But if you purchase this new from their website, it'd be about $750. And that's the number one issue I have with the out of order brand across the board. I think if you like the look of their watches, you're okay with the Miyota 9105. I am. I think it's fine. And the finishing of the watch, I think, is on par for your $300, $400, $500 micro brand level. I think the watch is great under $400, not great. I think the watch is solid under $400. Their website though, you buy it directly from them. These watches are $600, $700, $750. And I just think that's over the top for what you get here. A push pin bracelet, average, we'll say average to subpar lume in my opinion. And then one of the bigger gripes I have with this is 100 meters of water resistance. You go through the trouble of making a very interesting dive watch. You give it a finish that would suggest you can really put it to paces in its water sports. It can handle a little bit of a beating, and then you only get it down to 100 meters of water resistance. Makes no sense to me for this price point. If you're making a $250 watch that has kind of a cool look and you want to do 100 meters, I guess I just think this should be 200. And then the bezel itself is okay, but there is some back play at sort of every click. Better than the other out of orders that I owned in my other review, which I'll link below. Better than that bezel, but still some back play in there. And I just think, again, if you're gonna be charging what I think is a premium level price in the micro brand space, I think if you're going over $500, you're kind of in a premium area. I think this overcharges at every aspect. So that's my beef with out of order, is the price to spec ratio. And this is a channel that is looking to find value, looking to find solid watch for your money. And if you're paying full retail on this, you're just not gonna get there. Now, if you cruise around on eBay and pick up this watch for, I think anything under 400 is sort of a fair price. You have a unique watch, you have a unique case, you have some unique finishing. Those are not cheap things to do. You have a Miyota 9105. That tends to be a decent value for money movement. So I got no issues there. Water resistance is poor. Bezel construction, average to poor, and lume, average to poor. And so to me, that's $300 to $400, and you're putting a premium at those prices. If you're getting it in that $400 range and under, you're doing it because of the aesthetic look. You're doing it because it's a unique looking watch. You know, I don't push any particular brand of watch. I recently reviewed the Helm, but when I put a Helm side by side with this watch, this one here, $275 plus shipping. This one 3 times as much. This one, ISO certified. This one, 100 meters. This one, beefy, overbuilt bracelet, screw-in links, a bezel that is just rock solid in its clicking, no back play. The dial is probably, I mean, I like black with white dials, and so again, they're putting some of their money into the finishing and the type of dial, but you have a very solid dial here too. So for 3 times as much, no chance. If you buy this watch for, you know, like I said, under 400, I think you're in the ballpark. So I'm not going to go much further onto the out of order. I think it is a good watch for the right price. I think it's an interesting watch. I think their design language of doing faux distressing, I think they do it in a way that's actually interesting and unique. So who's this watch for? It's for someone looking for a watch that has the colors of the favorite sports team. You root for a team that's purple, here's an affordable purple watch to wear on game day. If you're looking for kind of a casual beater, unique type of thing, I think this works. If you're looking for a serious tool watch, a dedicated sport watch, this isn't it. If you're looking for an everyday watch, you can do whatever you want in the everyday case or everyday category. I don't think this checks that box in a traditional sense. It's just a little bit funky, and I think I just think you can do better for that price. So that's where we'll leave it. If you love this watch, I'll probably have it for sale on my eBay page, and you'll get a good deal on it. You'll pay under $400. If you like purple, if you like unique, I think that's it. If you want anything more than that, I don't think this hits the mark, honestly. So thanks for watching. Feel free to hit the thumbs up, the like, the subscribe, the share. We're just grinding our way through the micro brand world, the affordable watch world, the approachable watches, finding those watches that you can buy, that you can treasure, that you can actually put to good, honest, hardworking use and enjoy them as well. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.